Nicaragua 2017 is now part of history. The experiences of what God did in and through this 9-member team will be told over and over again. One of the greatest joys is to experience missions once again through the eyes of a first-timer. Everything is so new and exciting, and they are broken with the compassion of God as they see poverty and need as they've not seen it before. God opened doors of ministry in many different areas. Children's ministry, which consisted of songs in Spanish, along with motions, a message about the friendship of God, creating salvation bracelets, and games, was shared with 100 children and a dozen workers at an elementary school and 65 families at a special needs school. We also ministered to 80 children at a church, 50 children at a community park, 100 children and adults at a local village, and 18 residents and 9 staff at an elderly care facility. Creating the salvation bracelets gave us the opportunity to share the good news of Jesus' forgiveness and the hope He gives us for eternal life. Distribution of 65 food bags to the families with special needs children and the employees of that school and the employees of an elderly care home were received with gratitude. The bags consisted of sugar, rice, oil, salt, beans, and pasta. Bulk food to an elderly care facility and a transition home was a real blessing. The director of the transition home stated that they would have run out of food before the end of the month without our help. Purchasing vegetables and meat to add to a soy and rice mix for a feeding program gave the children an added treat. A church in Florida provided the 200 bowls needed for this outreach. Ladies from the Love and Hope Baptist Church prepare food twice a week to feed the children in the community. Oftentimes, this is the only meal the children receive on those days. The pastor uses the feeding program as an evangelistic tool to bring the children in to teach them about Jesus. Many parents come with the children, so they hear as well. Everywhere we went, there was much laughter and lots of hugs. A first-time ministry opportunity for us was going door to door in a village, distributing Bibles, praying for needs, and inviting people to the local church. We split up into 3 teams and were accompanied by pastors in training from the Bible Institute operated by Joel Gass. Joel and his family have been living and ministering in Nicaragua for many years. It was a joy to visit with the people of this village. They were very welcoming, inviting us to sit for a while and chat. One of our team members was deeply touched as she physically handed a Bible to a woman who asked for a second one for her daughter-in-law. The realization that if she read this book, she would find words of life and hope was overwhelming. The route of one of the teams took them past a school. While school was not in session, children were playing in the schoolyard and the team stopped to engage. They welcomed the team into the school building, and the meager amount of teaching supplies broke the heart of one team member who is herself a school teacher. This lady has already committed to 2 trips to Nicaragua in 2018 to help remedy this lack of teaching resources. At the elderly care facility, after the music, message, craft, and games, we prayed for each resident individually and went to the rooms of those who were bedridden and prayed with them. This is always a blessing as we are given the opportunity to share a message of Jesus to these precious people who are nearing the end of their time. Everywhere we went, one of the team members shared worship through the arts by painting a picture of Jesus. This was a beautiful time of worship as the face of Jesus appeared on the canvas. In all, we had the opportunity to minister to over 700 people. The 9-member team flowed beautifully together as each one excelled in their assigned areas of ministry. Then they jumped in wherever necessary to make the ministry a success, whether it was carrying food bags to and from the bus, packing project items each day for the next day's outreach, or chopping vegetables for the feeding program. We had many precious God moments, and one of the most precious was when we stopped at a dump site where men and women scavenged the trash to find things to recycle and sell to provide for their families. We watched as team members placed pretty dresses in the hands of two of those ladies, and then we saw team members take off their own shoes and socks and put them on the feet of women whose shoes were barely held together. Our hearts were touched by the compassion and love this team had for the Nicaraguan people. It was a joy to serve with them and to witness the heart of God in action. So again, we say goodbye to Nicaragua, the land of volcanoes, beaches, and beautiful flowers. Until next time, adios.